Good morning. So, now I have a new YouTube channel. I've tried making reels on Facebook and I've done a few on Instagram. And if I'm honest, it's actually helping me. Obviously, I suffer with depression. Everything about my social media presence at the moment is about depression. How is it helping? Well, I'm talking about my situations and I'm allowing other people to open up about theirs. In doing so, I don't want to do any of my content from filming in the house, really. I do a little bit in the house, but I prefer to do it outdoors. As you can see. And first thing is getting me out of the house. Secondly, my dog's loving it. Absolutely loving it. Third, well, you guys are seeing the benefit that I'm getting, and hopefully it'll help you. Molly, come on. So I've done this before on Facebook, so I'm not going to share this on there. But what is the reason for my depression? Well, there's several. My depression first started back 22 years ago. When I separated from my first wife, I moved away, and I was visiting my kids that were very, very young then. I visited them maybe once or twice a month, and as much as I love seeing them, when I would leave them again, they were distraught, I was distraught, and there would be an aftermath. Because of that aftermath, my first wife told me to stop visiting, stop coming to see them. So I did, and it was the biggest mistake of my life. I went into a downward spiral because I missed my kids. And that was the very beginning. I got remarried, had a son. Molly! Excuse me. Molly, come on! Let's go! Let's go! Had a son. And seven years later, I got divorced. Again, was visiting him. And then one day, he was on his bike and got hit by a car. I couldn't get to him. He was 200 miles away, where he lived. And I couldn't get there. My car was broke. So my ex-wife told me, don't bother in future. I tried everything I could to try and find transport to get there. and I just couldn't. So yeah, more stress on top of what I already had, more triggers, so to speak. So that's a little bit about me, a little bit of why this affects me. You'll also notice that I have to pause quite a lot because the medication that I'm taking causes me to forget what I'm talking about mid-sentence, funnily enough. And the medication is actually for treating epilepsy. I don't have epilepsy, but it can also be used for anxiety, and it's a nerve blocker, so it helps with my pain from operations that I've had recently. For 30 years I've worked in a building trade, and almost 3 years ago I had to quit work. I had my own company and I had to close it down because of osteoarthritis in the shoulder. So that's almost 3 years. I've been out of work and had no motivation, nothing to keep me going. Marley, come on. This way. Marley, come on. Let's go. So, because I've had nothing there to challenge me, I've had no get up and go, I suppose. It just got worse. And I noticed from doing the Facebook reels, I was terrified on my first one. I was but I felt better after I'd done one. And then it got a little bit easier to do them. And a friend of mine, very, very good friend of mine, suggested last night, you should move over to YouTube. So here I am. I hope that my content helps other people. That is my whole aim. I want people to open up, to talk about how depression or anxiety affects you. Talking about it does help, 100%, but there's a stigma. Talking about depression does not mean that you're weak. And the stigma is that if you suffer with depression, you're weak. You're not a man, or in some cases, obviously it's not only men. The anxiety that comes with it stops you from being able to function. It's hard to talk. It's hard to open up. But you can do it. You really can do it. I walk around doing this content and I think to myself, what can I talk about? There's so many things, but talking about it is really hard. I had a crap upbringing. I grew up on an estate, and it was back then, obviously being Gen X, there wasn't so many drugs around as there are now, but there was a lot of mischief. I managed to stay out of trouble for the most part, but it's just another thing on top from childhood trauma. Then there's other traumas on top of that. I would like to do some duets with other content creators, do some Q&A maybe, do some live chats and talk about depression, because I know that there's many out there that are influencers, we should say, that have suffered and still do suffer, and they don't talk about it. So let's get it out there. Share these videos, give them a like, subscribe. The more people that see this will either look at it and think, God, you're boring, or they'll keep following and they'll share it with their friends and they'll share it with their friends, and enough people will be reached to make a difference, and that's what I want to do. So yeah, help me help you. I will post a little bit of my older content from the last few weeks. I'll probably do that today, and I hope it helps. Take care, guys. Bye.